Lucy, take it away.
The nominees for most unbearable sexual tension. Ow! Pro Adams and Catherine Unbearable. Brian Russo and Mary Randall. Andy Bulldog and
So much.
Francesca Brian Russo and
I almost put up the picture of George Deutsch grabbing his crotch, but I thought, have you seen that one? Has anyone seen that one? It's not funny.
Tyler Parrott and Sally Meehan from Arsenic and Old Lace.
Wait, what?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
John Reisenbach and Michael and the Wiggie goes
I need all my cultists up
Dude,
here.
I'll give you a blowjob after.
Thank all the great cosplayers. I couldn't have done it without the purple spandex pants and Andy's continual great directions to take it up a notch every time you perform the
The nominees for Best Scene Steal. For Grease, Bro as the Teen Angel. For Macbeth, Little Olga's demonic possession and vomiting of bile. For the Pillman, Kelly Robertson showing up alive and covered in green paint. Abby Crocker ad-libbing "Fuck you, Sabrina." For the Mouse Stripe, Andy Bullock sucking on his pipe. From Arsenic and Old Lace, everything about Preston Kavanaugh's performance. And
So now from Macbeth, young Seward has his femoral artery slashed and neck broken by Macbeth after a sword fight.
Very specific.
Macbeth, I smashed his head into the ground and then slit his throat after a sword and fist fight. That's
Way
great.
too excited about it.
I know, it was fun. From the Pillman, evil foster parents beat by and stabbed and bury alive a young girl who believes she's the reincarnation of Jesus. That's like and Kaylee. From the Deadline, Shannon is attacked by a network possessed by evil spirits and then stapled to death. From the Deadline, Xander, while being eaten by a giant monster, has his arms ripped out of their sockets and head bitten off. And from the Mousetrap, Mrs. Boyle is strangled to death by an unknown killer lurking in the Ralstons' Inn. And the Wiggie goes
So thank you very much. Alex definitely did his best to make sure that I would actually die. Despite my repeated warnings.
And my repeated warnings.
And the blood that at one point coursed out of my elbow. But none of that deterred him.
You got an award for it.
I got an award. Yay! Not the Give it to me.
Oh, sure. The nominees for Best Kiss are... Reese.
Yes.
The Pillowman, Alex and Doug Bucher.
The picture was too explicit.
The Deadline, Francesca Tish and Emily Hanley. The Deadline. Serpent Brown and Mary Randall. Arsenic and Old Lace, Brendan Shea and Annalise. I cannot say her last name.
recreate
We
it.
repeated it 4 times in the last weekend. So if you missed it, then
Wow. There were only 2 shows.
there's a 2.
Damn it!
No, it's been fantastic every time we've been on stage together, and I'm gonna miss it.
And it is actually going to be a little bit sincere. When I came to Colby, I told myself I wasn't going to do theater anymore because it was occupying too much of my time in high school. But I ended up trying out for the very first show that was going up September my freshman year, and Pattern Wig has been probably one of the best experiences I've had at Colby. I've met most of my best friends through it. I've had the time of my life, and Colby would not have been the same without it. And so I've had a fantastic time, and I know we're leaving it in good hands. So cheers.
Where's the president?
I have things to say. Sure.
How do you feel about fair trade?
Shut up right now. Don't get me on that, alright? I think Pattern Wig is a great organization. You guys are the best people on this campus. If we were going to take, like, average you guys out, and then take the average without you out there, you guys would be way better. Thank you.
Jonathan.
Hi, everyone. Recognition where recognition is due. We have a few people we'd like to single out who weren't part of the PowerPoint but reserve a bit more than that. Haley Dietrichson, who did choreography for all our musicals. Musical directed all of our music. Ali Reader, who did makeup and helped with costumes more times than I can count on both hands. And anyone else I'm forgetting?
Mickey, who did a lot of props.
Mickey did a lot of props. James Staley, who Lee is petting the head of.
Alright, James is my place. James, fuck Pattern Wig after this. Don't do anything. Stick with me. Just leave school.
So I'm still talking.
Pattern Wig teaches you about respect.
No. Pattern Wig has been on this campus longer than the theater department by about 40, nearly 50 years. And it's going to be here a long time after the department's gone. It's my favorite club on campus, and it's all on you guys. You make it the best thing out there. So do you.
Cheers.
And now, one last thing to recognize the unsung heroes, the stage managers. We've gotten them all little gifts. There were 5 stage managers that 2 did double duty. And so directors just go through and say very quickly something about stage managers. Sean was my stage manager for the show I directed this year, Grease. And Sean is a good guy. He dealt with a lot of the shit, a lot of the go-between, because I unfortunately didn't have as much time to sort of get to know the actors as I would have liked. But Sean was my go-to guy, and I'm glad he was there because I knew I could depend on him.
What's that girl's name?
Which one? It's Mary.
So, Macbeth had one of the best stage managers we have, Cece Cancellieri, who was able to organize all of my chaotic, crazy directions and get everyone into the cellar on time so we could rehearse. She's my favorite stage manager.
A bottle of wine for you, as thanks.
Yeah. Yes. Cece directed both of my shows this year. Stage managed both of my shows this year. She did all the things I didn't want to do. I would generally ask her to do. which meant she would yell at people for me. She would pick up gross things off the floor I didn't want to pick up. She would call people on the phone. All the things that I didn't want to do, I got to sort of pass off onto her. Man, what am I going to do without you? Cece is awesome. Yeah. No. I was going to say that Power Wiggie was going to crash and burn next year, but she's going to do a great job.
Fran is, should I do it anyway?
Sure.
Fran was a great stage manager. I'd never directed before, but I would have been lost without her. And so congratulations to Fran, wherever she is. Good job, Fran. In her room, yes. Trevor, I think you're next.
Word. So I needed a stage manager to make a show happen in 3 weeks. So I get out my lasso, go up to the 3rd floor, and drag out Tim Buckingham, and now he's part of this society. Thank God.
All right. So at the beginning of the year, I knew I was directing, and I knew I needed someone who was very organized, because as a stage manager myself, I knew that that's kind of what they have to do. And I'm a pretty flighty person, if you know me. So there was a freshman, and I knew that she was organized. And so I asked Julia Crowder to be my stage manager. And during auditions, I was sitting there with Trip, and I just go, Julia's on top of her shit. So, because she was on top of her shit. Yeah. So Julia, thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you.
It's not box one this time.
Which was awesome. I loved my juice box.
Lucy?
Yep. All right. So for Arsic, because it was April and there were 10,000 other shows going on at the same time, Tim was amazing, and very similarly to Trip, was lassoed out of the 3rd floor of West Quad and helped out, even though, aside from costumes and makeup, thank you so much, Selena and Allie, we didn't have any technical crew at all. It was just me and him. So thank you, Tim, for going above and beyond anything a stage manager should have to. Thank you.
By the way, he doesn't act.
No, I don't.
Just to let everyone know. But his line joke was like...
You can't pass it.
Everyone, you're allowed to leave now, because you weren't before, but please, eat more food, and you don't have to leave yet. We got the room till, like, 7.
We do. But we have to clean it up.
Oh, yeah.
I eat the rest of that food back there. There's still like 3 cakes. 3